Thank you guys for watching Keep Pounding TV. I got one quick question.
Screen!
You
can't stop me! Fumble!
love the Carolina Panthers
We did it! We did it!
like I love the Carolina Panthers.
Ah!
Hey everybody, I'm your host, Grenade God, the awesome love the big cat. My cool guest, put your paws on every rock with the big cat. Today, we're here to talk about Gerald McCoy and him getting comfortable in this new defense that he's playing. But first, one quick question before we get started. Do you love the Carolina Panthers like I love the Carolina Panthers? 10 toes downs in this hole. Do you look at it? If you like the Carolina Panthers, let's give it that dab. Listen, man, we're going to talk about Gerald McCoy. Feeling a little uncomfortable, got to get used to it. We'll talk about it. Let me explain. Let's get into it. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, click the notification bell so you don't miss a video. Now, earlier this week, Gerald McCoy came out and said, hey, I got to get comfortable in this new defensive role. My assignment is different from when it was in Tampa Bay. I was the man of Tampa Bay. I took most of the snaps in Tampa Bay, and it took me a minute to get going Sunday. Now, based off what I've seen on film, Gerald McCoy, I mean, he pretty much got blocked. And it wasn't his fault, and I'm not squatting on the guy, but they played a really good side of the offensive line. I mean, you had McClure, and you also had Harvesting over there. So he went against pretty much the better side of the offensive line. Whitworth on the other side, him and Joe Noteboom, that's the weaker side, given the fact that Noteboom is fairly new. Brian Allen, their center, was fairly new as well. So that was the weaker side of the line, minus Andrew Whitworth. He just got blocked, man. He got blocked a lot of times. He came close. He wasn't able to get a pass rush. But look, when it comes to a defensive scheme, you don't have to always have the defensive line bring pressure, all right? You just want those guys to take up blocks, okay? My job as a defensive lineman is to free up space so my linebackers can roam. So, yes, you would like for him to get a pass rush, but he wasn't able to, and it wasn't his fault. I mean, he just got blocked. They did a really good job blocking us up front. We were able to get some pressure on him, but we really couldn't get sacks. Let me show you what I found on film. This first play I'm going to show you on your screen is pretty much where my man beats the right guard. He gets upfield. He gets held. They don't call it. A lot of this went on throughout the game. So close, but no cigar. His role in this defense is really to take up space and allow these linebackers to free. That's one of the pivotal points of running a 3-4. If you can allow your linebackers to roam, you're pretty much guaranteed to get pressure. You're pretty much to allow sacks. So on this play right here, he does it himself. It gets held. They don't call it. But a lot of this went on where he came real close but didn't get it. So going on to this next play, like I said before, you got to give credit to this offensive line. I mean, I hate to sound redundant here, but I'm going to have to be. This offensive line did a good job when it came to blocking these guys. If you look up on your screen, one way we decided to try to bring pressure was applying with stunts and twists with the linebackers, having our defensive line twist and stunt as well. And they picked it up. As you look on your screen, you can see it right here. Not only did they pick it up with him, they also picked it up with Kyle Love, his backup. I mean, we just couldn't get to him. I mean, we were able to move him a little bit. We were able to create pressure. But at times, man, that offensive line looks stellar, man. And this is no difference here. Sometimes, man, you just got to chalk it up to your opponent just knowing you or playing a better game than you. I don't think it has anything to do with his snap count or the way we're using him. I think he just had a bad game. And also, man, they picked it up. And one of the things McCoy struggled with is stopping the run. What happened here on this play is you're supposed to get separation. Extend, put your eyes in the backfield. Once you got that guy extended, now that my eyes on the backfield, I can either go left or go right. What happens here is he just goes with the flow. The offensive tackle keeps going right, and he goes right with him. That's not what you're supposed to do. Fight across that face like we've been taught as defensive linemen. Pop him, extend him, fight across the face, stop the cutback. If you look on your screen right here, this is actually his fault as well as Luke Kuechly. Luke Kuechly has a wide open kill shot on Todd Gurley. Instead of him taking that seam that was created by McCoy and the defense end overrunning this play, there's a seam right there. If he feels that seam, he pops Todd Gurley on this play, but he goes underneath. He goes underneath the seam instead of over top of it and plugs it, and this is what happens. You make a big play like that. So McCoy, like I said, you know, it's not the snap count, it's not the usage rate. It's about, like I said, fighting back across their face, making plays like this. Also, like I said, there was moments where the offensive line was just good. But when it came to the run game, I seen this a couple times right here. Pop that guy, man. Get separation. Keep your eyes in the backfield. Once you take your offensive lineman and you own his ass and get separation, now put your eyes in the backfield. Don't just go with the wash, because what happened is you create alleys, you create seams. Luke should have filled it. He didn't fill it. He went underneath and gave up a big play right here. So on your next play, my boy listens to me. Look at you. McCoy fight across the face. Fight across there. Fight across the tackle face as he pull and get to the running back, and he can't close the deal. You can't close the deal. This could easily been a 1st and 8, 1st and 7 or whatever. Instead, it goes for another 5, 6 extra yards. You did the work. You took your paycheck to the bank. Now cash it. Don't leave your paycheck on the counter so it can get swiped. You know the money center's closed at Walmart. There's a big line that you ain't gonna be able to cash it nowhere else. So cash it right now. We gotta make the plays. We gotta stop the run. Giving up 7, 8 yards per play on the ground is not acceptable, especially when your offense is struggling, man. Thank God we were able to bend a lot in the red zone. We didn't break but a couple times. But when you have the opportunity to make plays, big time players make big time plays. And right now you needed to stop. This could have been a big deal.
Stick around.
So in closing, man, Gerald McCoy's a good player. We're going to be fine. He had a bad game against the run. I mean, there was a couple times where he could have really got off blocks. If he would have just got his head looking in the backfield, extended his opponent, he probably could have made a couple plays. Also, man, his role in our defense is different. It's not like Tampa Bay. In Tampa Bay, he was a primary pass rusher. He doesn't have to be the primary pass rusher. We want you to take up blocks. If you can get 2 or 3 offensive linemen on you, you did your job. Because now we got speed in the backfield with Burns and Luke, Shaq. Those guys are going to fly around and make the plays. So that's your job. So I know it's frustrating because it's a transition. And like I told you guys before, there's always a learning curve with anything you do that's new, whether you're a veteran or not. So shout out to him. It's going to get greater later. We got some things we need to clean up, man. But come Thursday night, man, we got to fast track it and be ready to ball. I'm your host, Granite Gato, also known as the Big Cat. My cool cats, put your paws on every rock with the Big Cat. Listen, man, is Gerald McCoy being used right? Is he getting the proper amount of snaps? I told you guys before, we got to get him acclimated. It's going to take a little bit of a learning curve, but we'll be just fine. Get in the comment section, man. I know he's a little bit frustrated. I think he'll bounce back. What do you feel? I'm your host, Granite Gato, also known as the Big Cat. Make sure you subscribe. Let the church say that. Don't forget to subscribe to the Carolina Panthers custom helmet giveaway video in the playlist. Once we hit 5,000 subscribers, I'll be giving away free a $300 retail value Marvel's Avenger Carolina Panthers helmet. Keep pounding.